In this video, I'll be showing you a couple ways to use levers. Levers are what we use to power on redstone. If not necessarily, then a redstone torch would be useful, or a weighted pressure plate. But levers are mostly used to open doors, power on redstone, and even get ourselves single concentration with using it on labs. For example, this honeybee right here. Honeybee here has a lot of infotainment. This honeybee will basically go to a bee's nest, or beehive, then get all the honey out. But we'll be using levers to basically calculate with redstone. So like I said, redstone we start here, and the reason why is because I'm in a new world right now is because my other ones are basically full. But basically this redstone name is called redstone, so let me go pull up the redstone guide and I'll be right back. So in order to craft redstone, the two things you need to craft redstone is a cobblestone wall and a stick. And you should get yourself a perfect lever. Now the first thing of levers do is that levers can actually connect to any block beyond the way. So grab yourself some lever, maybe redstone, and grab yourself some light blue wool. And we're gonna go ahead now, and then we'll just place there. So let me show you, for example, go ahead and we're gonna make like an L shape. Make an L shape like this. You can place any levers you want. Like, for example, place one right here, then up here, then we'll place one on the sides. And then we're gonna use some redstone, for example. We'll take redstone, we'll put some right there, and we'll take basically, now the reason why is because levers is basically right there. We can't place redstone, but if we hit this down, it basically turns on the redstone. Like I said, doesn't do that either. But we can inform you that basically levers are basically operated due to the fact since levers are basically the ones that are basically powerful with redstone and are self-induced with tripwire hooks. Like this, for example. So we'll take this right here, and if you flick this on, it turns this on. But let's see what happens if we place it right here. So we'll turn this off for a sec. And as you can see, look, the redstone powers on by itself because the lever's on. And there's also a way. There's no way you can toggle, like you can flip-flop this. But the only part is to turn the levers off that basically have a companion. So this has like a little flip-flop, for example. This lever turns off, this one turns off. Turn this one on, then turn this one on, and then power this one off. Or flip this one on, and then flip this one off, and then flip that one off. Then you're going to get yourself a little redstone companion. Now let me look at the next step, then we'll get back. Mostly redstone lamps are basically powerful enough to use with levers. Like, go ahead, for example, if I want to power a redstone lamp, I will go ahead and grab myself a redstone lamp. Where is the redstone lamp? So redstone lamps are what basically common. Because the reason why is because the new name redstone lamp. I've been using this in a couple of my videos lately. If you haven't seen those, you could check them out. But basically, redstone lamps are basically powerful enough to open like light circuits. Where is it at? Where is redstone lamp? My apologies, but like I'm looking for redstone lamp. There it is, right there. So for example, for this example, I would take like, I'll put like a block here, and if I use redstone lever, that turns on. But the next thing I want to do is I want to create something like a little challengey, like a little extreme. Create like a diamond, or like a staircase. And then I want to do this. I want to have my way of placing a redstone. No redstone, but if I place this there, it only does it once. But if I put it right over here, you can tell it ain't powerful enough. So the way is that we can place one on there and it lights two up. But it can't light up the third one. The main part is you want to place a light blue wool on there. Delete that light blue wool. And then you want to place there and it should light up easily. So redstone lamps are commonly useful because levers are basically attracted to them. If not, then basically, if not, then redstone torches will. But on the second hand, I'm gonna look at the other rubric to know about. okay, so I went back to the curriculum. Basically, if you basically look carefully at the redstone lamps, you can tell that this is a diagonal. But what if we make something like a tower, for example? So I'm gonna go ahead and make a tower. If you want this, you can continue. Basically, we're gonna create a triangle. So I'm gonna need all the focus I need. So when I make a triangle, you're gonna go ahead and make a couple of diagonals. 1, 2, 5, 6. So you want to make six rows, diagonal rows of your redstone lamp. And then go ahead and connect that triangle. And then the main part is you want to make sure you want to have it lined up. Let's see here. 3, 4, 5. It's not like a triangle, but you want to make sure that you have the same. Make sure the sides are the same. So we're gonna want to fix that up. We're gonna go ahead and fix this. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think 1, 2, 4, 5. Place one more, and then we should connect that. So that looking beautiful triangle, but here's what the triangle looks like. Looks kind of weird, but anyways. Next part is that if what we do is if we basically self-induce it by adding something, we're gonna do something a little easy, a little tricky. So the place, in order to turn on, you want to place a row of like a redstone cross. Like this. You want to place a redstone cross right here and leave it. Then if you place the lever right there, some of them turn on because they're connected. But somewhere that if we don't do nothing, or if we delete those and place one in the middle, you can tell it turns it on. But we need more redstone. So delete the lever. Make sure you basically make sure not to place any redstone on the lamps. Because basically why? Because you need to know your knowledge of redstone. Basically this is why I'm here to help you guys to learn how to use redstone. And then on that middle section I want to leave an empty blank square. If I have every redstone that's connected, I'm gonna go ahead now and turn on. And look, it only turns one on. Because we forgot to add redstone to the lamp. So we can go ahead now and place them. Go ahead and place redstone on the lamps. All over the lamps. We're just gonna skip any, and then turn on. And look, it should power on easily. Now another cool feature is that if you delete them, if you come back here, and if you basically place redstone, so if you come back here and if you place a piece of redstone and its lever, and with the whole redstone are still placed on the blocks, if you press that lever, it turns on easily without going on and making that connection. So this is a little way to how levers can use it. Because when you power on redstone, you want to make sure that your levers are basically able enough to reach that redstone line. So, like, for example, like if you want to make for example, make like a store or like a 7-Eleven or like a McDonald's or a Dunkin' Donuts, you want to make sure that you add like light source in there. But you can always use a block of redstone and then place the redstone lever there, redstone lamp there, so that you can know that the redstone block is powerful enough to turn on the redstone lamp. Alright, we are back. If a lever is capable enough to flicker on and off a piece of redstone that is attached to a block, then the answer will be yes. Because if you look closely, most levers are basically highly induced to basically turn on and off redstone power circuits. So for example, if I take a block for example, and if I covered it all with redstone, and if I take a lever and I turn it on, basically, the main part is I have to turn on, place all levers all over around the blocks. But the reason why is because this block here is now capable of to flicker on something because we don't have any comparators. So basically, the race how we're gonna do this is we're gonna create a block here. All right, then we're gonna take we'll place a piece of redstone there, and we'll take a lever here, and look, if you flick this back, it turns it on. But we wanted to know if it get to a high standard block, so we'll make like a little like bench saw, like looking like block. So place like that there. We'll place like you should make like a C. So make it like a C. You know you guys know what a C looks like. So if you make a C like this right here, you'll see that you're gonna create something. So if you place a piece of redstone there, and if you place a lever right there, you can tell it turns on because if you look closely, stop. It turns on. And if you place it down here, it turns on. If you place it on the sides, it turns on. Well, we'll see what happens if we place one that's like over the redstone. It doesn't turn it on. But the key part is you want to make sure that if you're highly ineligible enough to toggle it on and off, that has a flicking issue or has an advisory of the redstone basically contemplating with another piece of your redstone project, then I suggest you use a sticky piston or some type of like block that has enough valve pushing mechanisms. So basically like the redstone lamps, for example. Like if we take a redstone lamp, we can if we turn it on, then it powers it on. Or for example, how about if we let's go and grab our sticky pistons. We'll need a few dimes. So for a few dimes, we're going to grab yourself a sticky piston, grab a dispenser, observer, and then grab any item you want to use. We'll take how about we take. Also, I want to see if we test. Also, how about we go ahead and we'll grab ourselves a maybe a bottle. So basically mostly sticky. Basically, if you place a sticky piston that's in front of that block redstone you made, and if you turn it on, it pushes the sticky piston forward. Or if we take like a block here, if you place that block there, and if you want to do something like this, it basically pushes the block, but it sticks back and forth. And then if we take a piece of piston, we'll grab our pistons, regular pistons. Get rid of that. Go and grab our regular piston. If we place another like one of these our blue wool, and if we press this, it basically pushes that and comes back. So that's kind of like what we can use for like levers. Or also another thing, if you want to make like a little launcher mechanism, you go and place a dispenser, and then you want to place observers to basically so they can observe the item. And make sure that red dot is basically, and you'll hear it click. See? You hear a click because of the red dot. Yeah, sure, I don't care. Sorry about that. Okay, now if you want to place your item, we'll place like a, let's see, maybe we'll place maybe this bottle of dragon's breath, and we'll place a pressure plate. Alright, and now when that's on, if you basically flick this on, it launches it out. I'm pretty sure my camera did not see that, but we'll try that again. So basically, I'll show you it again. Well, you have to reset it. Let's try that again. So if you reset it, Go up. And watch this. It pushes that purge wood out, and it pushes that out. So you can like store, you can like launch to like your like when you're in survival mode, like to like online friends. They could use those to like basically in case they're having trouble defeating like an ender dragon or like a couple of zombies, they will use that. And also another secret project that's not involved with the Redstone curriculum. So basically, here's the last part. For this last part, you're gonna basically see everything you have except for the Redstone and lever. So for this last step, I want to see if it can calculate with minecarts. Yeah, you heard me. So go ahead and grab your power rails, and then grab your activator rails. We'll basically get rid of the redstone. No, we'll need redstone lamps. We'll need sticky pistons and pistons. Leave your blue wool, and then we're gonna go ahead and grab our minecarts. All right. So go ahead and we'll place like a little Minecraft starting point. We'll place like make like a rectangle, like a ramp. We'll basically start with a ramp. So build like a rectangle as your ramp, and then you want to place like go ahead and place like power rails coming down from it. Don't do two activator rails, 3 power rails, 2 activators, and then the rest mostly powered rails, and then we'll basically create like another ramp. So I'm gonna go ahead and place a sticky piston right there so that it'll hold the minecart in place so it go off track. And the same thing on the other side. Basically create I'll create one block and I'll place sticky piston there. We'll connect this with redstone. Little redstone circuiting station. And then take a lever. And it doesn't really power it on. But okay, so if you look closely, I push it there and look what it did to the track. That's kind of unique. But we're not going to do that today. So the track kind of looks like it's flip-flop because the rest was the piston, but it was a power rail. Oops. And then I'm gonna connect it there, and then main part I want to make sure everything's connected okay. Let's see, we're gonna make sure that everything's okay. Make sure we connect it. I want to make sure that if we connect that there and not to the piston, because if we connect the piston, it's gonna basically destroy all the tracks. So once that's clear, and if you want to leave this there if you want it, unless you have another like explanation to create, that's fine. It's totally up to you. But I delete this part. Since is this the track we build, or like the base part of it, where the minecart basically starts and it goes down the ramp, that's the main starting point. That's cool. And I don't know why it's not powering on. There we go. So I have placed a couple of redstone. Maybe place like a couple of pieces of redstone that powers it on. So luckily it doesn't do that because basically it's not really sensible enough to do it for whole tracks. but it only does it once because it's basically broken into like parts of like halves. So if you do that a couple times, you'll be just fine. No, it should turn on when you make the ramps and look like everything's cool. So like I said, we'll test that with a minecart. See, it kind of does that. See, it kind of does that because you're powering off redstone. Looks really cool. So yeah, that's how you make. And those are the secret tips of using with levers. So basically, like that. For example, you could like make that for something like that. Oh, it's stupid. I'm sorry. There's also one more thing. This isn't over. This isn't over yet. I'll keep you guys on, but if you guys don't want to like watch this other tutorial, then you can click off this video. But listen, I prefer to do this. Okay. So you know how I have like an empty space right here? Like I want to make like a door that basically like a sticky piston door that actually runs with levers. So if you've seen the last video where I made my sticky piston tutorial door, that link will be in the section down below. So for this year, I'm gonna delete everything I have, and I'm gonna grab everything again. For the things I'm gonna need is redstone, levers, redstone torch. Then I'm gonna need some sticky piston. Then I'll grab ourselves some repeaters. Followed by what else we have? Let's see what we. And then we'll need like a specific kind of block. I'll just use maybe like we'll just use like a block of iron. My light blue wool. Okay, so now how to make this piston? How to make a sticky piston door is fully operating. We want to go ahead and create the circuits that are underground. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a type of square. Sorry about that. So it's been a while since I made like one of these like piston doors, but we can work without. So 1, 2, 3. I think it was 5. It was 5 for the. No, it was 5 for the width, and I think 4 for the length. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, hold it down. Peanut. That's peanut. So you want to have a square that should look like this right here, and you want to dig it out. You want to dig out a second layer. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a head, which we're gonna make like we're gonna place a couple of blocks. That's for you. And you have to make sure they're straight together, just like that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna create. Basically, I'm not sure how to make a piston door, but we're gonna try our best with this. So we'll make like go ahead and take our repeaters and like we'll make sure that they're facing each other. We'll make sure they're facing this way. And then we'll make sure they're facing that way. And then you're gonna grab your redstone torch. And actually, grab your redstone. Grab like your redstone. So grab your redstone and it should connect that there. 0, 0. So if you once you've done it correctly, it basically knocks out that redstone. Or basically like burns it out. I want to delete that one there, and then it'll be easier if we do it that's like connected. Yeah, sure. What's going on? So we want to make sure that this doesn't look like familiarity, because it's been a while since I made like a sticky piston door. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and get my other computer. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I got my computer right here. Basically, we're gonna show you guys how to make a lock piston door again. If you didn't know the steps, so I'm gonna get away from the one I made. The one that has like redstone, and then let's see. We'll play. How about we play like right here, like this, like little plane. So you're gonna need a couple of items. So here's how it looks like it was built. So actually, it was a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It was a 4x3. No, 3 times 2. I'm sorry. So we'll create 1, 2, 3. So you want to create like a 3 times 3, like make sure the length is 3, the width is 2, and then you want to go ahead and create. I think those are 2 cellular blocks, but you want to delete another row. That's the one rectangle you made, and make sure in the middle that you basically do the same thing as well. I think I saved something. So basically, oh, I think I fucked up. Oh, sorry. Don't mind me in language. Oh, so. Stop! Your shadow should look like this. Familiarity. Okay, next you want to create this right here. You want to create a U shape. But you want to leave 2 of them. Leave 2 of the blocks there. I want to see if I could do this. I think I know how to do this. Okay. There we go. Got it. Then now it's time to add what we need to add. So we'll take redstone and we're going to place it that's connected to the blocks that we didn't delete. And then you want to add them on the blocks that you didn't add, the other blocks, and then add repeaters. And leave the repeaters to 1 tip. So you should have something that looks like this, that looks like from the video, from the photo. Place the repeaters facing, now you want to face them this way. And then place redstone around the U shape. Look like this. And then up the other way, you want to place 3 rows of sticky piston. So since we're not literally gonna do that, we're gonna create 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're gonna create like a little ultimate short challenge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, actually 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We're gonna try a 20 challenge. So you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but if you can, I understand. Okay. Okay. So like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this is one I have right now. 20 rows of sticky piston. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our block now, which will be a, what will we use? We'll use a piece of, we'll use a piece of iron. We'll take a block of iron. We'll take a redstone, and I only pushed it 3 in there, so we have to put more of it on there. So we want to do the same thing like we did on the other side. But basically, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we have spacing. So it's gonna get a little difficult, but we'll try our best. So let's try this again. We'll try how about do you know what? I think it would be best if we try it with only 1 block. We'll just try with 3 blocks. 3 rows of piston. And with 3 sticky pistons. And then place redstone. Next, cover it up. We're using weighted pressure plates. And then leave those 2 other blocks so it won't be like a trap. And then plates will take rated pressure plates. Any type of any type of plate you want, but like except for heavy ones. We'll use heavy ones maybe. See what happens. And the one other thing is that if you look closely, you want to place a lever on those sides of the block.
Get your pants on, we're all going out.
So, like I said, I'll see you guys later. If you guys know, like, make sure you comment down below. Thumbs up for safety. Like a Hellcat.